Okay. So, dear masters, today is the first session in the series. We will be taking this in about 8 weeks, 8 different sessions, and we'll be able to cover the entire spectrum. That means how meditation works, how we can, get that power that we can get anything in our life that we want. That means there is no restriction, whether it is health, whether it is just simple, you can say some materialistic things. Somebody wants a new house, a car, new job. You want to switch career or develop some new skills. Really, there is no restrictions. And since I have experiences myself, that makes me more and more curious in these topics. Lot of this, if you have heard about Dr. Joe Dispenza, he refers it to Ayurveda, he refers it to Chinese or Egyptian civilization. So you can understand that this is not something new that either the Western world or any world, any scientist or person has discovered. The wisdom has been with us for thousands of years. Now, people are putting it nicely and explaining it. And probably that's what we missed. In the sense, going back to India, where it all started, and then we say, wait a minute, this is not new, this is Ayurveda, yeah, but probably the explanation part was missing. And everybody thought, if you cannot explain scientifically, how do I believe? And that's what we will be trying in this session. So everything is scientific, everything will explain how our body works and how just 15 to 20 minutes of meditation each day can transform your life. After this, we will take any questions that you may have, and then we'll get into meditation. So first session is we will understand our brain. Irrespective of your age, irrespective of what your belief is, your background, where you live, does not matter what profession you are working in. It works the same way because this is how human body works. Unfortunately, there is no user manual. Like, every equipment has a user manual, but we do not know how our body works. And that's one of the fundamental reasons why sometimes we ignore things, we unintentionally hurt ourselves, either emotionally, physically, and then we have a lot of issues coming out of it. So first, let's understand the brain, where it all starts. So people say, oh, it is in my genes. What does it mean? We think it is hardwired, means something happened to my parents, my grandparents, it has to happen with me because that's the way we are programmed, hardwired, my brain, my neurons, my genes, whichever way we take it. It is not true. Partially yes, fully no. Yes, we have genes. Genes do bring information, characteristic from our generations, but that does not mean that we are doomed by our genes. Means I have these genes, what can I do? I'm helpless. No, fortunately, that's not the case. And we will see during this series how you can even change your genes, and science has proven, meditation has proven. Now, you can become anybody you want. You can achieve anything in your life. But please do not copy paste. Sometimes people think, oh, my friend, my best buddy is joining this particular university and I should go there too. Well, if you like the course, fine, but don't copy just because someone else is asking for it, you ask for it too. Someone says, I want a Ferrari. Well, for that person, there may be a reason. That does not mean everybody wants a Ferrari. You may be looking for something else. So, first thing, which we will see in detail how, but your thoughts have tremendous impact on your brain, on your body, on your life. Your thoughts actually, you can say if there is one factor which makes or break, that's your thought. And in days, any given day, you have thousands and thousands of thoughts coming in. So when people, you watch some superhuman, supernatural or superheroes movies, what do we think? Oh, wow, it will be so cool. This person has this power. So imagine if your thoughts alone can empower you to be anyone, change anything, how cool will that be? And that's what we say supernatural, superhuman, that this person, whatever he or she thinks, becomes. So is this just a fantasy world? Is this just Hollywood, Bollywood kind of thing that, movies are showing, or is it really possible? Can we become superhuman, supernatural powers as an ordinary person? And that's what we will see how easy it is once you understand that, yes, you can get it. So the question is, how do we rewire our brain? If our brain is so powerful, if our thoughts are so powerful, can we rewire it the way we want? So let's understand our brain, how it functions. So we can understand in 3 ways. And that's what the process we all follow. Doesn't matter who we are, you, me, individually, we can be whatever age, height, whether color of skin, where we live. But principally, that's how the body works. Thinking, then doing, and then being. That means first comes the thought. You are thinking about something, even if it is a recipe, you want to prepare something. Then you will do it. You read it, thought about it, now you are doing it. First time, second time, doesn't matter, but now you are doing it. When you do over and over, it becomes a second nature. It becomes, you know it how to do it. You don't need to look at the recipe. And that's the state of being. So if you look at our brain, every time you learn something new, your brain has lots and lots of neurons. Neurons are the cells in brain, and otherwise in the rest of the body, everywhere you have cells, trillions of them, but the brain cells are called neurons. So neocortex is the one part of the brain where we are making all these connections. Now, there is a limbic brain, emotional brain, you can call it, where the feeling, the emotions make some chemicals, means the way you feel, the way the emotion is, accordingly, the brain will be producing some chemicals. You say hormones, you can say some neuropeptides, that these are all ultimately, as a category, we can say chemicals. So the moment we feel unlimited, the moment we feel free, feeling of abundance from any experience, the brain starts producing those chemicals depending on the emotion. So the moment you feel, these are all positive, elevated emotions, unlimited, free, abundance means I can do anything. I have everything in life. So now these chemicals going in different parts of the body and giving us different experiences. So what are we doing? Our thoughts indirectly teaching our body chemically what intellectually our brain has already understood. So the knowledge is for the mind, experience is for the body. That's the bottom line. Because when you read something, you thought about something, the knowledge, that's where the brain is functioning. When based on your experience, you do something, now the body is experiencing it. Because when you're only thinking, it's only up to the brain, it's not going to the body. So the other section, which we're talking about different parts of the brain. So limbic brain is also the seat of autonomous nervous system. Autonomous means what happens automatically. Say example, the body temperature. You do not tell the body, okay, make it to so-and-so, whether high or low. Body maintain itself, sugar level, the pH of our blood, heart rate, everything part of the autonomous nervous system. Yes, the breathing you can control, but you are not stopping your heart. Breathing, you have direct control. So this is where, the limbic brain is taking part. Neocortex is the biggest one, the outside one. Inside, when we go, comes the limbic. This is very critical because the whole autonomous nervous system is here. Then comes the cerebellum. Cerebellum is on the back side of our head, on the bottom, so back bottom side. So this is where, we have implicit memory. By doing it over and over, you learn it. For example, when you're very young, you may want to learn how to ride a bike. After practicing over and over, now you don't. You just jump on the bike and ride it. Even after 10 years, you're riding a bike. You don't feel like, oh, how to do it? Let me check. No, you just ride the bike because in this part of the brain, the bottom side, back side of your head, you have that circuit, the neurons, which has registered how to ride a bike. So from thinking, which happened first in our brain, the neurons goes and you read or you learn, then experience, you started riding a bike, whether you fell down or not, body experience that, okay, yeah, now I get it. I can balance. I have to pedal. I can brake. And after that experience over and over, you have developed some wisdom, some learning, some experience. So from head to hand to your heart. In a way, it goes from mind to body to soul. This is how we can reverse any autoimmune diseases, any life-threatening diseases, anything which is chronic, whether it's sugar issue, whether it is blood pressure issue, whether it is any kind, we can influence, we can impact, we can reverse the medical situation. And this cerebellum part that we are talking about, you see even here, how small it is compared to the rest of the brain. It is 1/10, but it contains roughly half of the neurons of the brain. So imagine the size is so small, but the neuron size is 50%. And these neurons where we have all the circuits, our habits, this is what rest of our life giving signal to different parts of the body because circuits are there. And then whatever we do, it goes that, okay, do this, do that. Doesn't matter after 10 years, you're riding a bike, where the signals are coming from this small part of the brain. So as we talked about the thoughts, average person, we have about 60 to 70,000 thoughts per day. And 80 to 90% of these thoughts are repeating, means these are the same thoughts you had it yesterday or day before, week before, month before, means they are repeating. Now, if we look scientifically, that means the body means the whole biology, your chemistry, your neurons, your hormones, everything. Without getting too much into science, means some basic things that we can use to describe how our body functions. Sorry. how our genes are expressing means genes are like on-off situation, like a switch. Based on the environment, they turn on and off. So depending on how you think and how you act and how you feel, that means all these, with the chemical, genes, everything is happening based on your thoughts. Thoughts will influence how you act, means action, your body, and based on that, how you feel. So if everything stays the same, you as a person will stay the same. That means today I'm having thoughts what I had yesterday, nothing changed. I had the same kind of thoughts a week before. A week before, I thought that I don't deserve happiness. I cannot be successful in whatever I'm doing. A week before, I thought, yesterday I thought the same. Today I'm thinking the same. That means my body is the same, my mind is the same, my chemicals, biology, everything is the same, nothing changes. So if I want to change my future, I have to change my thoughts. I have to think new. New thoughts, new behavior will lead to new experience. New experience will give you new emotions and feelings, which will release new chemicals in the body, which can change your genes. The body will produce new types of proteins, which will change who you are. That's how genes get influenced. So we will see in detail, because right now it's a lot, but we will see each step by step to understand this properly. But this is in summary how really we can become anyone, change anything. You may wonder that, how can I change my physical condition, or I have this medical issue, how do I change? Your thoughts will lead to your new self. That means you have to have new thoughts. If you are thinking, I cannot do this, you have to think, I can do this, or I am doing this. So what happens is your heart and brain, they are connected. And we'll have a topic on this specific one, but to understand how the brain functions, brain is connected to your heart. It's like a highway. It's like a, multi-lane highway. Brain has 19 different parts. So first you need coherence within the brain. That means synchronicity. That means they have a good coordination. All 19 sectors of the brain are working like, friends together, going in the same direction. Not that one says go left, other says go right, third says, no, let's go straight. Then the body gets confused. Within your heart, you have thousands of neurons. So it is not just the brain who's thinking, your heart is thinking too. Within those neurons, is there a confusion that left side and right side is thinking differently? And these two independently, we talked about, then let's join them. That means, is your body and the mind working together, or the heart is telling you go left and the brain telling you go right? There will be confusion. And this is where this order comes in the body. This is where confusion, disagreement. Why? Because if you live under stress, which most of us do, most of the time of the day, that means most of the time of our life. If 70% plus time we are under stress, you can imagine the body is totally chaotic. We don't realize that. And neurons, which are the key to give signals to the body, different parts, different organs, different systems. If neurons, they fire together, that means they're wired together. That means they are like friends working in the same direction, giving the same message. But if that is not the case, you are under stress, the body system is totally chaotic, then they give different messages and the body get confused. What's happening? One signal saying this, other signal saying this. Confusion means different issues in our body. Whenever we perceive any threat in our environment, immediately body goes in what we call flight or fight system. Either you're ready to fight, say a tiger is chasing you, you want to run for your life. So either you are ready to run away or you're ready to fight. This is where the body stays under stress. So your personality is creating your personal reality. Whether you are always under stress, whether you are a happy person, depends. So a lot comes from your personality. Personality comes from how you think. And remember, we talked about the way you think is the way you act. The way you act is the way you feel. So again, we go back to the starting point of thinking. That means thinking is creating your personality. And your personality is creating who you are. Because emotions are the record of the past. Emotion comes from our past experience. Something happened to us, whether it's last week, last month, last year. Even if you think about that event, some emotions will come. If it is a good thing, you will feel happy. If it is a sad thing, immediately you may have tears in your eyes. How come? Just by thinking about it? Because it's immediately connecting to the neuron, the circuit, which says, wait a minute, this was a bad thing happened with me. So typically your emotions driven by the hormones of stress. Hormone of stress, one of the main one is cortisol. So when we can get over the emotion, over this impact, now you can get beyond your past. That means your past will not impact you negatively. And we will see how to do that. But first thing is understanding, if we have to change our personality, why should we change it? And then obviously, if you are convinced, then only come the question, how to do it. So when people start with proper information, if you understand that what is happening, how it is happening, then it's possible that you may want to do something about it. But because if we do not understand, then generally we don't act on anything. So whether you look from quantum physics, whether you look from the neuroscience, whether you look from epigenetics, different scientific way, all points the finger at the same possibility that your thoughts can really change you to whatever you want. So first is we have to gain that wisdom, that knowledge. Because if you are not aware, then you don't know what you don't know. You learn, you hear about it, you try to understand. And if you can explain someone what you just read or understood, now you are making the neurons, the network much stronger. First time you hear about something, looks easy, but when you can explain it to someone, the body has understood it well. So really the best way of learning is to teach someone. If you have understood it well, then the how to do become easier. If we have not understood, we may remain confused that, do I really need it? Does it really matter? How is it going to help me? a lot of doubts may come. So once you understood the information, and this is where we talked about neocortex, your part of the brain, the big part. Now we can give proper instructions. We can make your behavior to match with their intention. Because your intention is that I will stay cool. But your behavior is you are yelling at everyone. It does not match. You're blaming everything on traffic. But if you can drive coolly, calmly, no yelling or upset in the traffic condition, now your intention and behavior is matching. Your action is equal to your thought. Now you're getting the mind and the body working together, and your transformation starts. This is what we call supernatural power. That whatever you wanted, now you are becoming that. The power will keep increasing, and you will be surprised how you will keep getting whatever you want in life, and you will be surprised the way it comes in your life. Because we think limited ways, that it is possible only by this way or that way. You'll be surprised how universe will give you whatever you want in a way you have never expected. So the question comes, how to change? First, elevated emotions. That means don't feel I cannot do this, nobody loves me, I will never get this in my life. Do the reverse. Feel whole, feel grateful, feel that everyone loves you, your life is full of love. Your healing will begin right away. You may not realize immediately the healing starts the moment you start thinking positive. Body cannot differentiate. Is this just your thought or you're really experiencing? So if you say everybody loves me, body doesn't know. You are experiencing this because somebody showing love to you, or you are just thinking about it. And that is what we use to our benefit. And if we can rehearse mentally alone, again and again, that yes, everybody loves me, everybody loves me. Now the body feels everybody loves you, and it becomes programmed in your subconscious mind. That means the old program where you thought nobody loved me will go away. So now the body is releasing new chemicals. No more the chemicals belongs to hatred, lack of self-esteem, but now the positive chemicals, full of love, full of confidence. And that is how you change yourself biologically. This is the basic steps. So remember, old thoughts mean same thoughts came last week, yesterday, today, means same choices you're going to make, same actions, same emotions, same feelings, means nothing changed. You are still the same. The moment we change our thoughts, now you have new choices, new actions and behaviors, new experience. All of a sudden, new feelings, you have new neurons network giving you new, the elevated emotion-based positive chemicals. And all of a sudden, now you are influencing your body, your mind, everything. That means now you're changing your reality. You are drawing the event in your life as per your affirmation, as per your wish, just by changing the thoughts. So masters, this was today's session 1 on this quantum physics journey, how our body works.